The hidden philosophy of a book, Autobiography of a Yogi, timeless lessons for a meaningful life. What makes Autobiography of a Yogi one of the most influential spiritual books ever written? Why has it continued to inspire millions of readers across cultures and generations? The answer lies not only in the extraordinary experiences described by Paramahansa Yogananda, but in the timeless wisdom woven into every chapter. The book is far more than the story of a yogi. It is an invitation to discover the deeper possibilities of human life. One of the book's central messages is that the greatest prison is not the world around us, but the limits we place on our own consciousness. Yogananda reminds us that every challenge carries the seed of transformation. Difficulties are not meant to break us. They can awaken strength, patience, and wisdom that remain hidden until they are tested. Around profound lesson in that true education goes beyond collecting information. Knowledge alone does not transform a person. Real education refines our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Wisdom is not measured by how much we know, but how we live. The book also highlights the remarkable influence of our environment, our habits, the people we spend time with, and the thoughts we repeatedly entertain quietly shape our character. If we wish to change our lives, we must become conscious of the influences we welcome into our minds. Yogananda challenges the modern definition of success. Wealth, fame, and recognition may satisfy external ambitions, but lasting fulfillment comes only when our outer achievements are balanced by inner peace. A successful life is one in which the heart grows alongside the intellect. As the journey unfolds, Yogananda meets extraordinary saints and spiritual masters whose lives challenge ordinary assumptions about reality. Whether readers interpret these accounts literally or symbolically, they serve a deeper purpose. The emphasis is never on displaying supernatural powers, but on demonstrating what disciplined spiritual practice can achieve. These stories invite us not to abandon reason, but to expand our curiosity. They encourage us to remain open to possibilities that may lie beyond our present understanding. The autobiography also teaches perseverance. Yogananda encountered setbacks, disappointments, and obstacles, yet he never abandoned his search for truth. His journey reminds us that meaningful goals remain and that requires demanded patience, faith, and a consistent effort. Perhaps one of the book's greatest contribution is its ability to build bridges between cultures by introducing the philosophy of yoga to Western audiences. Yogananda demonstrated that truth cannot be confined by nationality, language, or religion. The search for peace, wisdom, compassion, and self realization belongs to all humanity. Another beautiful lesson is that spiritual growth does not require perfection, it requires sincerity. Every honest effort to become kinder, calmer, wiser, and more compassionate becomes a meaningful step on the path of self discovery. Beyond its spiritual teachings, the book has inspired influential people around the world. Steve Jobs admired Autobiography of a Yogi so deeply that it was reportedly the only book given to those who attended his memorial service. George Harrison of the Beatles found lasting inspiration in Yogananda's teachings, reflecting his lifelong interest in Indian spirituality. Its influence extends far beyond spirituality. Entrepreneurs, educators, scientists, artists, and seekers have all found encouragement in its message of discipline, purpose, and inner transformation. One reason for its lasting appeal is that it invites dialogue between science and spirituality. Rather than asking readers to accept ideas blindly, Yogananda encourages personal experience, observation, and sincere practice. In this way, faith becomes something to be explored rather than merely inherited. The book also offers a profound philosophy of everyday life. It reminds us that life itself is a classroom. Every success teaches gratitude, every failure teaches resilience, Every relationship teaches compassion, every challenge offers an opportunity to grow. Yogananda encourages us to cultivate intuition alongside reason. Logic helps us understand the external world, while intuition allows us to perceive deeper truths within ourselves. Together, they create a balanced approach to life. Freedom, according to the book, is not simply political or social. True freedom begins when we become masters of our own minds rather than slaves to our fears, desires, and habits. Humility is another recurring lesson. The greatest spiritual teachers never sought recognition. They served quietly, demonstrating that genuine greatness expresses itself through compassion, simplicity, and selfless service. Perhaps the most hopeful message of all is that every human being possesses immense untapped potential. Regardless of our past mistakes or present circumstances, each of us has the capacity to grow in wisdom, love, courage, and inner peace. This is why Autobiography of a Yogi continues to inspire readers decades after its publication. It speaks not only to those interested in spirituality but also to anyone searching for meaning in a rapidly changing world. Ultimately, the greatest miracle described in this remarkable book is not an extraordinary event, it is the transformation of an ordinary human being or human life into one guided by purpose, compassion, self discipline, and love. Yogananda's journey reminds us that truth is not something to be borrowed from others, it is something to be discovered through sincere living, careful reflection, and a willingness to grow. Perhaps that is the enduring legacy of Autobiography of a Yogi. It does not ask us merely to admire a great spiritual master, it gently invites each of us to begin our own journey inward, to live with greater awareness, seek wisdom with humility, and recognize that the greatest adventure we can ever undertake is the exploration of our own consciousness. Thank you for watching. If these timeless lessons resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos exploring spirituality, philosophy, science, and the wisdom of the world's greatest thinkers.